Hello and good morning. Beautiful Monday. We hope each of you had a great weekend. Speaking of, what did you do this weekend? Oh, on Sunday.
I had a self-care day.
You did?
I did. I slept in. I went to Farmington Station for the first time in years. I haven't been down there in so long. And I went to Best Buy and I went to Ulta, spent too much money.
Wow.
But I got a bunch of new perfumes and skincare stuff.
Wow.
I know. And then I went to Barnes & Noble and just bought a bunch of spooky Halloween books. I'm very excited.
Well, that is so good.
It was so great. It was a great day.
I am so glad.
Me too. What'd you do?
Well, my plan was to stay in my pajamas all day, but then I was like, well, if I don't get some sort of exercise, I won't sleep tonight. So then I got dressed and then I got back in my jammies. And then we watched 4 movies. I took a walk somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
I love that.
I pretty much just sat.
You just had such a chill day, which
I
you
recharged.
never have.
No, I needed it, and it was very good. All right, so today we're so glad you're here with us. Today we are going to do Halloween nail art. So I hope that you are so excited. This is Rachel's season. She's in her element.
This is my prime time. I love it.
Your element has arrived.
I am in the best time of my life.
I love it. I'm Sarah. This is Rachel. Hi. And we are going to be featuring Accents gel play today. We love gel play for lots and lots of reasons. It is a 30-second cure. It is an acrylic texture, thicker gel paint, and it is a gel paint that stays put when you use it, which is really nice because if you're somebody who is like me, then when I put something somewhere, that's where I want it to stay. Please don't spread, and please don't wiggle, and please don't mix with anything. I just need you to stay right there because I don't know how to. I used to not be able to know how to fix it. So I always wanted things to just stay where I put you. Yeah. So that way it looked how I wanted it to look. So gel play was always my very favorite, my very best friend when it came to nail art. Now there are a couple of different kinds of gel play. There are this one in particular, they call it a glitter, but it is a metallic paint. Glistening Gold is one of our top sellers. It is actually high on our list of must-haves.
Yes.
It is a beautiful metallic paint. And then you have the traditional paints, like these. And then you have the Linets. The Linets cure without a tacky layer. They are also very, very, very pigmented. So this is the time when we try to stress, especially during Halloween time when we're using black a lot. For instance, for a spider, for a ghost, for a witch, for all kinds of things. You want to keep this very thin. These ones cure all the way through, and although we don't want thick nail art, you can apply a little bit more and have a little bit thicker outcome, and it would cure fine. This will stay jelly underneath, and you're going to say, well, why didn't it cure all the way? Something's wrong with the gel play. Nope. When you use a Linet, you have to use it very thin. It is so pigmented, a little tiny bit goes a very long way. So
less is more.
Less is definitely more. There are also some glitters and all kinds of different other gel plays, but today we're just going to be using the paints. I'm going to move those off to the side, and Rachel is ready to get started with her design.
Heck yeah, we are. So I have a couple that I am going to do. This first one is going to be just a little more fun, a little more spooky.
Spooky.
As if it's actually spooky. Mostly it's just going to be kind of black and gray and white and pumpkin and kind of like a dirty pumpkin. So, feels spooky. My background is just 2 layers of Luxio Wisp.
You say spooky, I say adorable.
Yeah. It's meant to be spooky. 2 layers of Luxio Wisp. This is one of my all-time favorite grays, especially for a nail art background because it's not super dark. There's not a whole lot of pigment to try and cover up, especially when I'm using a white or something on top of it. Covers really, really well, and it's just a beautiful consistency. It's a beautiful color.
I love Wisp, especially in the wintertime.
Yes.
When we're talking about wintry manicures or even Christmassy manicures, instead of using white in the background when you use Wisp.
Yeah.
It's just classy and elegant.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, Wisp and Hush are my favorites for instead of white. Let's use this.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I am going to wipe off my sticky layer just because I'm going to be doing some pinstripes and I don't want it to move. So I'm going to just use the Linet Black, which wow, you can see it does not move. It will stay wherever it is in the jar. And you're supposed to stir these. You're supposed to stir them.
Yeah, you do. You are supposed to. I don't know that we
Have
stir them very often.
I don't think we ever do.
But like I noticed in our glistening gold, we have a little bit of separation. Let me show you again, just so you see.
You can see like
you can
the
see the
clear
gel
base
down in there.
at the bottom.
So this does need a stir so that it can all stay a really good consistency.
Mm-hmm.
But do we stir them every use? No, we don't.
Nah, because we're impatient and we just go straight in, which is fine.
As long as there's no separation of gel.
Yeah, it still works. So I'm gonna you could do this on a palette. I'm just gonna do it on my thumb. I'm just gonna work the paint into my striping brush. Yeah. And just make sure that it is fully saturated. I'm just wiggling it through. And then we're gonna do some fine lines. So I just want a little bit extra on my thumb palette, just so I don't have to keep going into the jar.
Which I think that's a really good tip.
Keeps
so that you can, yes, it keeps it close, but also you can close this.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though these lights don't put out a lot of curing abilities, eventually it is curing. Even your LED light that you're using as your overhead light is curing your gel.
Yeah. So keep it closed when you're not using it. That is our biggest tip. I don't know how big I want these, how many I want, but I do know that I am going to have a pumpkin in this part of the nail, just kind of like coming up from the bottom. So I'm going to do, they're not going to be perfect, and that's the goal. I want it to be like a little bit more, I don't know, spooky, Halloweeny. And like different thicknesses and different parts of it. Ooh. But when I'm doing any kind of line work, even when it's like this and I'm trying to make it imperfect, my biggest tip is to kind of go slow and steady and be patient with yourself when you're doing any kind of line work. Because people can rush and it can just feel like, ugh, that did not turn out the way I wanted it to. But if you just, like if I was wanting to do a perfectly straight line, my pinky is my best friend. This, my fulcrum finger, is going to keep me in place, keep me anchored. And then I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I am not like pushing my brush down.
I'm going to try and zoom out just a little bit.
Okay.
Hopefully they can angle this. Okay. Show that again.
I am not pushing down a lot. I'm holding my brush more parallel to the nail, and I'm just kind of letting it do the work. I'm just kind of letting it trail. See, even though it's not perfect, that's the goal. You still want to kind of use that same technique, and it will make it easier. This feels very wrong to me, to do stripes like this.
But it does, being on the outside, so when you're probably doing it, I'd probably having a heart attack too. But from here, I'm like, oh, that is going to turn out so cute because you're wanting something spooky and like haunted-ish, you know?
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. And I usually work from like the middle out in one direction when I'm doing lines.
Why is that?
Like this? I don't know. I feel like it helps me just space them more evenly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then I will go in the next direction. And I have a habit of sticking my pinky in my wet gel when I do this. So if you are like me, maybe flash cure in between. But when you're doing black, especially the line at black, I would cure it longer than you think that you need if you're flash curing. So instead of like the 3 to 5 seconds that you would normally cure for, I would do 10 to 15 seconds.
It's fine. I'm just going to move your hand where I want it.
I need
That is so fun.
It is so fun. You could do these thicker, you could do them thinner, just kind of depends on how much effort you're willing to put into these. Right now, not much, so we're doing a little bit thicker. But if I was wanting it to be like a lot more intense looking, I would have done them like super, super thin and a little more like squiggly.
Super pinstripey?
Yeah, very pinstripey. This is just a zoomed in pinstripe.
I dig it. Cute.
All right, and then I'm gonna just cure this for the whole time. I don't want to have any spots of uncured black when I'm throwing my orange on top of it, so we're just gonna throw that in the whole time.
And a full cure with gel plays are 30 seconds in an LED lamp, 2 minutes in a UV lamp. They are UV curable for a full 2 minutes, but 30 seconds in an LED lamp.
And I'm going to be using Instinct. Don't mind my messy bottle. It needs to be cleaned, but it's fine. This is my favorite, like, pumpkin-y orange for this time of year. And I'm going to use this as my pumpkin color. I just got black on that thing. It's fine. I'm going to mix this on a palette just so it makes my life a little bit easier.
I was like, what thing? I'm not sure what you were referring to, but I got it now.
My brush is a little bit cured, so we're gonna just clean this out real quick. Okay, I'm gonna use my Illustrator brush, and I'm gonna mix, not with the whole amount that I have on here, but with a little bit. I'm gonna mix some black with that orange, just to kind of deepen it, muddy it up, make it a little bit more gross looking, for lack of a better term. And this is going to be our like shadow color.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah. But I'll just throw this Instinct on. And what I could do, if I was wanting to not have to put in a lot of effort here, I could go over and do my shape that I'm doing my pumpkin in. I could do that with either Wisp, my base color, or with like a white gel paint so that it pops more and I won't be able to see those black lines through this. But since I am doing lines in the pumpkin anyways, I'm not too worried about it, and I'm just gonna throw it on.
Also, the nice thing about using Luxio or 100% gel products, you could do this with your gel paint orange as well, is that because it's 100% gel, you can use a little bit extra.
Like I'm
give yourself
piling it on.
Give yourself a bit more coverage.
Yeah.
And you won't have any curing issues, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm going to hold it upside down for just a few seconds and kind of let it self-level into that pumpkin. And then that's going to go in the lamp for 30 seconds. I can't decide if I want to make this just a pumpkin or make it a jack-o'-lantern.
I can't wait to see what you come up with. Your creativity is mind-boggling to me. So I love when watching you work. It's like, wow, how did you do that?
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. We're going to take this out. Straight on top of this, I'm going to just throw in this kind of brown shade that I made, mixing the black and the orange. And I'm going to kind of cover like the bottom half of this.
Like a shadow?
Yeah. But I am going to go back over the whole thing. It's just so it doesn't give me like a ton of brown on there.
Oh, I gotcha.
And it didn't cure the whole way through, so you can see there's like a little pinhole. If I do this, it pushes the gel. So I should have let this cure a little bit longer, but it's okay. This is just going in the trash right after. But I'm actually using a more pressure when I'm doing this so that it kind of splays that brush out and it pushes the gel into like a line.
I feel like you're doing a magic trick. Wow. I want you to try and go close with that because that was very satisfactory. Very satisfactory. Like, wow.
Just kind of push it out.
You made like a real pumpkin.
And it just makes a little pumpkin.
Super cute.
And then we're going to go back in and cure that little pinhole that just keeps poking out all that gel. It's fine. It's fine.
It is fine. We need to always cure. That is our reminder that when we're curing on a client, it is important to cure the whole time.
The whole time. Yep.
Yep.
What do we have over here? Okay, we've got black. Because I need a little stem, but do I want just brown? No, I don't. Okay, we're just going to mix it. Just a little bit more of that black and my orange. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh my gosh, our neighbors, if they could stop with the home improvement upstairs, that'd be great. All right, and then I'm just going to give our little pumpkin a little stem. And just a very simple shape, nothing fancy. And then we're going to take the black and just make some kind of little sketchy lines. You guys are so quiet.
I'm watching intently.
And then I'm going to just, while this is wet, I'm going to kind of streak some black through, give it kind of like a woody looking effect. And then I like to add just some little hash marks in between, give it a little more dimension.
Move down just a little bit toward you.
Mm-hmm. And we have ourselves a little spooky pumpkin.
So cute.
I'll outline this guy just a little bit. Give it some contrast with that white in the background, or the gray in the background.
So cute. It's so cute.
With the checkerboard.
With I don't know. That's all over Pinterest.
Oh, what's all over Pinterest?
That is so cute.
Just a little sketchy guy.
And I have to be honest, quite easy.
Very easy.
Quite easy to replicate. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, thanks. Wow, all these comments. I'm amazing.
So cute.
Wow. Thanks, guys. But
yes.
it really is, like, it is really easy. It just kind of takes some practice in getting that shape.
Uh-huh.
But it really does help when you mix just a darker color. Like, I always just mix, if I'm trying to make it like more muddy, a little bit more dirty, mix black with whatever your color is, and it just kind of makes a spooky
a little bit
version of that.
A little
orange.
bit spookier version.
Yeah.
So good. So cute. Well done, Rachel.
Thanks. And then I'll top coat off camera and show you.
Love, love, love it. All right. up next we're going to start with a background color of Luxio Chi-Chi.
Which could not be further away from my aesthetic.
I'm doing cutesy because that's what kind of Halloween I like. I'm not really a spooky kind of girl. I'm more like a fun and whimsical kind of girl. So my background color is definitely not black or gray or anything. It's fun colors like Chi-Chi. And then I'm going to go in, this is Line It White. You can use titanium white. Just remember the differences. Remember that the titanium white, you can use a little bit more product and not have any curing issues, but the Line It White is very pigmented, so we're going to use a little bit, and it does go a really long way. So I'm going to use my Magpie Illustrator, which you can get over on the Magpie app or at magpiebeautyusa.com. And then I'm going to follow up using my Magpie Detailer. And we are just going to make a cute little ghost situation. I'm going to just run a little bit of gel through my bristles before I go in dry.
Sheridan Walker says she's more cutesy too, and so is Kelsey McClellan.
I'm so glad I'm not alone, ladies.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're definitely not.
More cutesy instead of spooky. I like saying spooky and I like all of the things, but I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
You personally run the other direction.
Right. If you put it on me, it's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're just going to make some cute little Halloween ghosts. And these ghosts, we're going to make them not matching.
Mm-hmm. Haven't seen the picture.
Nope. I'm winging it.
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
You're really good at that. You're really good at winging. I have to copy something. If I have the inspiration in my head, I have to copy it.
Gotcha.
Kelsey says, I like doing spooky on others, but not on myself.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, she's the same way. Look how cute it is, top coated.
It's so cute. Go close. Oh, it's adorable.
Just a cute little guy.
Anyway. I love the background lines. I love all of the elements of that.
It feels very like Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, what a good combo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, as you were.
Super cute. Love. See, that's not spooky to me. That's like, oh my gosh.
No, but it's like a little bit more like traditional Halloween.
Yep.
With the black, white, and orange. Yours is going to be so cute. I can't wait.
Can't wait. I can't wait either. Yep, I'm here for it.
Hello? We've got upstairs neighbors doing all kinds of demolition derby, and putting in new flooring and stuff. So if you can hear that, so sorry.
Yeah. Did you say demolition derby?
Yeah. Sounds like it.
That's funny.
Sheridan Walker says, for a full set, doing the same thing Rachel did, but with the witches, that would be so cute.
Yeah, that would be so cute.
Ooh, even if you just did like the gray stripes in the background, but instead of black stripes, you did like a purple or an orange.
Oh,
and then you have the black hat. Make a little extra contrast.
I think the possibilities with that
are really endless.
It's
just up to your imagination.
Color combos. It would just change it up just enough, you know?
Mm-hmm. And Dee Dee Mitchell. Hi. She says, very cute. Both of you guys make those look so simple.
Thanks. There was a time when this was simple, but if I'm being honest, I usually am like having a heart attack before I go live because I don't get to do nails as often.
Yeah. And
so I don't do a lot of nail art. I want this guy to be a little fatter.
And she has said in the past she is not like a natural born artist.
Nope.
So she has to try a little extra.
I have to work at it. All right, so there is our ghosts. Next, I'm going to go in with just a little bit of, we're going to use some black. We're going to mix up a little bit of colors. We're going to make up a muted coral using hot pink, flame red, and nude. I'm going to use a little lilac, maybe a little glistening gold. So we do get to have a little bit of fun. So while that's curing, let's make up our colors. That finger, I'm telling you.
Open me.
Well, my middle finger is just, it's a cramp in my style, guys. In case you don't know, I cut my finger last week and it is
a crime scene. It's a hazard.
Just silly. It's silly how much it affects me.
Yeah, which is a lot.
Yes. So to make a coral, you're going to mix 1 part hot pink with a 1/2 part of flame red, and that's going to give you coral. But I want this to be muted because I'm going to be using lilac. And if I open lilac next to that, it's going to look really off because I'm going to have this bright neon color and then this pastel purple.
Mm-hmm.
So to make it a muted coral, I'm just going to add a little bit of nude, probably a 1/2 part is what we'll start with. And then we'll see if we need to add from there.
Why are you using nude instead of white?
I wanted it to have a kind of a brownish gray undertone,
Mm-hmm.
whereas white is just going to make it just a pastel version.
Mm-hmm.
Was that right?
Yes. Good job.
I've learned some things over the years with Rachel. All right. So that might even be a little bit too bright, but I really
okay.
like a bright color. So we're going to go with it. We're going to say that those two are going to work okay.
Yeah.
All right. So on our cute little ghosties, we're going to take a little bit of our black and make their faces. And you can make their faces. Some can have a smile. Some could have just the circular O. But whatever you do, if you use line it black, just remember, less is more.
Mm-hmm. I forget that there's like no lag on the app, so I was like, oh, wow, that was very fast.
That's funny.
It was immediate change. These are going to be so freaking cute. Christine Van Gorder says Sarah makes mixing
Hi,
colors
Christine.
look so easy. One day I want to be as good as her.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you.
High praise. It's a good day.
Yes, it
Thanks,
is.
guys. Thanks for all the love.
Thank you. Are we going to see you all at the Utah Nail Expo?
It would be so fun.
Rachel and I will be at the Polished Pinkies Pro Tools booth.
Yeah.
So you can come by, introduce yourself if we haven't already met.
Mm-hmm. Come say hi, come get some bits.
Yep.
Or take a selfie, whatever you want to do.
If you are not coming to the Utah Nail Expo, why not?
What's your problem?
Why not? We're going to miss seeing you.
Sheridan Walker's coming. She's so excited.
I'm so excited to meet you.
That is so cute.
So cute. Now, again, how I said earlier, the nice thing about gel play is that I don't have to cure that. As long as I'm sure that I'm not going to bump my little faces, which I'm pretty positive I'm not going to because it's not a bigger element, then I don't have to give that a flash cure. Instead, I can go right in with my other colors and make my design my fun part of my design. When you're trying to think and you're trying to draw a line.
Yeah. And words don't happen.
And words don't happen.
Tammy Miller says, let's not talk about the expo. I'm so sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry.
We'll see you next year.
We are excited about it. The expo is one of our favorite times of the year.
It's just a heck of a time. Look at your little itty bitty stars.
Baby stars, baby stars. All right, and then we're going to go in with a little bit of purple.
Kelsey says, I wish I could go. Hard to travel to Utah and have little ones, hoping maybe next year.
It is hard, huh?
It is.
But I do hope that you do get to come next year. The Utah Nail Expo is just such a great energy.
It is. It's like, because Utah is like, I don't know, I feel like it's such a saturated market here. It also makes for like such a tight-knit community.
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody knows everybody, and if they don't, it's a great place to like network and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fun. So if you ever get a chance to go, if you haven't, put it on your bucket list.
Absolutely.
It's just fun. That's so cute with the gold in it.
Love.
You know me and gold. We're good friends.
You are good buddies.
That's so cute.
Cutesy, fun. easy, fast, which is where my nail art lives these
your
days.
life.
Perfect. If you'll give that a full cure, and you can see the joy of gel play is that I was able to do all of that. None of it moves, none of it wiggles.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it.
Yeah.
Can't get enough of gel play.
All right. And then my last one is going to be more, I was going to say, it's going to be more simple. But let's be honest. Am I simple? No. Nah. But more simple, meaning I'm only going to use one color.
What color is this?
That is Beguiling.
Hello.
She's beautiful. Let's just take a moment and appreciate how gorgeous she is.
I love this color. I had forgotten about Beguiling.
It's blood red season, guys. And if you don't have Beguiling, you need her.
That's beautiful.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
Stunning, stunning color.
All right. And I'm just going to use Linette Rose. And same thing like we were saying with the black and the white. Less is more with these because they are super, super pigmented and you don't want to have any curing issues with these. I'm using just my Magpie detailer brush. And we're going to, same thing like I did before, just kind of work it through the bristles, get them saturated. This helps when I'm doing any kind of line work or any kind of small details, just so I don't have to have like a big glob on my brush. Let's not get the lint in there. Hello? And this one I'm going to be doing like some little snakes and some little flowers and just kind of, it's like a pretty Halloween. It's not scary, spooky, and it's not like cutesy, but it's just pretty.
When you say snakes, I don't know that I think of like pretty, but I can't wait to see what you create.
Well, because it's just rose gold. So it's like, it doesn't really matter what your design is. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be pretty. Right?
Yeah, okay. I love it.
I feel like in my mind, that's where I'm at.
I can't wait to see it.
I do all snakes. I like to start with kind of like a little arrowhead shape for their head, or like a little heart with no Cupid's bow kind of thing. And then we're just gonna give her some movement.
I'm gonna cure this real fast.
Oh. Whoops. Let's just wipe that guy off.
Scary. So that was exactly how it was. It was like the buildup was so intense, and we're like prepared to see this absolutely terrifying monster, and we're like, that sucks. That was disappointing. I mean, it was a good one, but it was very much like a little disappointing. Oh, we were just excited that movies are getting.
I love doing little snakes for Halloween and for like fall. I feel like it just looks like spooky, kind of witchy, without having to like break out a whole lot of crazy nail art stuff. Like, it's just cute. It's just fun.
When you're making those types of snakes, are you using heavy pressure, medium pressure?
Pretty light.
Pretty light pressure?
Yeah, well, on like the parts where I'm trying to get it thinner, I'm using pretty light pressure. But when it's like these thicker parts, I usually will use kind of heavier pressure and kind of splay out my brush so that I can flip out that body shape. Get it like that thicker body. Okay, so we'll leave that guy there.
Oh, that one, like make a pact together, and yeah.
I'm gonna add a little bit more body on this side.
It's based off of a true story about the first Black Air Force pilot that I actually didn't really know it, but it looked really good. There were lots that I was like, This looks very interesting. We went and saw the invitation a couple of weeks ago. That was pretty good.
Hello.
He is very handsome. Like, he's got a jawline that could, like, cut glass. Oh my gosh.
She's talking about the love of my life.
Who's that?
What's his name? Thomas Doherty.
I don't know who that is.
Beautiful.
But you love him?
He's in that movie that I made sure I didn't go see.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the jawline that could cut glass.
I see. Mm-hmm. You like a strong jawline, Rachel?
I do. Not that I have one, but I appreciate it in others. I like doing stuff like this too because there's no rules. You can just do whatever. You could just throw on.
You say that. You say you like no rules, but I love a rule, you know? You just give me a rule and then I'll follow it. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Nah,
when there's not a rule and you have to make it up, I'm like, no, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. But that is a thing. Like, if it comes naturally to you, great. And sometimes it doesn't. And I think that's, I feel like there's a place for both, for those of us who like to have no rules and just make things up as we go versus those of us like you who are like, no, but just like tell me what to do.
I will learn if you show me. Yes.
Yeah. We're going to add, these are just going to be.
Tammy's the same. She likes a rule.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see the appeal of it. I personally don't.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to throw in some roses that are just going to be like I don't know, what do you call these ones that are just
the outline
rose?
Just
the outline.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing, if you don't know how to do these, I am just kind of pushing down my brush and letting it kind of fan open, spread that product, and then like letting go. So just like letting it taper off.
So your center is big and your edges are small.
Mm-hmm.
So center, big, and then edges small.
Everyone from the internet. Pretty much everyone dies, so don't get emotionally attached to any of the characters because they're gonna kill them all off. So
cute. And then
really cute.
We're gonna add some
slowly. So he's like, wait, what is happening? Why are there so many different stories? And I'm like, explain this to me. Keep up, Brandon. We've been watching the Lord of the Rings series. We've been previewing it for Corbin. Yeah. Because Corbin wanted to see it so bad. He's like,
okay, that's cute.
Yeah. So Brian's like,
some space. But this is just kind of like a fun, feels not like super Halloween-y, but also is more like silently Halloween.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't even know Lord of the Rings. Like, I don't know that this is going to be as fun for you as it is for me. He'll be like, wait, what? I know, he's going to be so confused. I was like, how about we have like a Lord of the Rings marathon, and then after Game of Thrones, we'll watch that. He's like, yeah, okay, like, you're going to get 2 movies in and be like, ugh.
I know I say it often, but you've done this whole design without curing.
Yeah.
And you don't ever have to worry about the gel spreading in the inhibition layer.
Yeah. Because I haven't wiped it off. Like it's all in the tacky layer, but it's not spreading. Like you can see my first snake, she's staying put. She's not going anywhere.
Yep, and your rose isn't bleeding together.
Yeah, no.
So as long as you are positive that your client isn't going to move haphazardly, and you're not going to touch it, or you're not going to touch it, you can do your entire design, even with multiple colors of gel play, without having to cure in between.
Yeah.
Takes just a little bit of practice to
not mess it up
yourself. Yeah, to not mess it up yourself. But
I am one that sticks my finger in my uncured gel all the time.
Do you?
Like even in this, I did touch this little part right here, but it's fine because that's not a part I'm really gonna tell if I touched or not.
So then we fix it.
Yeah.
But I can't. When we use other art gels that move, I'm like, no.
That's not what I want.
No, don't move. Don't move.
Stop moving.
So then when I use gel play, I'm like, oh, this is where I live. This is my happy place.
And it really is. Well, that lint is killing me. It's so user friendly. Like, if you haven't used a ton of art gels before, you don't have that experience with like super runny behavior when you're using gel play. Like, it's just kind of nice. I started with gel play. Like, Sarah was fresh out of school. Like, she hired me, and so I like never really had problems because I was like, oh, this is all I've ever known. This is great. But then using other products, I'm like, boo.
No. Don't move.
Yeah.
So
that is
pretty.
So freaking cute.
So pretty. Halloween without being Halloween.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could change the colors up. You could throw in like some little stars. If you didn't want snakes, you could do like mushrooms or moths or, you know, some bats or whatever.
Oh, that would be cute.
But I love the metallic linets because they're like a very subtle metallic, but at the same time it adds like a whole lot of interest, and I don't know, they're just so cute because the rose gold, it has like a little bit of pink, it has a little bit of gold, it's kind of like the duochrome, it's kind of dimensional. I love it. So fun.
So pretty. Yeah. One way that you could, I mean, if you wanted to spook it up, if say your client wanted snakes, but they wanted it to be spookier, you could go through with the gel play line of black and add details on your snakes.
You could add like the texture of like snake skin. You could add some dimension to your roses. You could throw in some eyeballs, some little like the little twinkly stars that you throw in everything. Like, there's so much you could do with it, or you could just leave it simple, just easy. Like, it was a little bit time consuming, but like once you get the hang of it, like I feel like it's always the first nail that takes so long. Yeah. And then the next one, you know what you're doing, and you're like, okay, rush through it. Yeah.
Yep.
But so cute.
So cute.
So fun. Those were so cute.
We hope this inspires your Halloween nail art. Take it to the next level. Super fun. And gel play is your best friend. And you can get gel play here in the Polish Pinkies Pro app or at polishedpinkiespro.com. And of course, as always, if you ever have any questions, you can let us know. We're happy to help. Or if you need product suggestions, we're happy to help. And if you're coming to the Utah Nail Expo, you'll find Rachel and I at the Polished Pinkies Pro Tools booth. Yeah. And we can't wait to see you.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good week. Next week, we will be in the on Instagram, and we will be showing all of our favorites as we prepare for the Utah Nail Expo, which is at the end of next week. So we hope that we will see you there. And until then, have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. That's